Coming to you live from Hurricane Katrina. It's the Delulu Diaries.
Do you know what? The wind's not fun anymore because when I was pulling up to Danika...
Move your hair immediately and everyone look at this monstrosity of a stain.
Like, it's all over me. I look like Benji's asshole has leaked all over me. It's actually disgusting. I pull up out the front of your house because I went to McDonald's on the way here to get a frappe because I'm like, I need a bit of a sugar rush.
Little treat.
Right? Little treat.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so I pull up out the front of your house, get out the car. It's fucking windy.
How's it going?
windy. I open the back door to get my stuff out of the car and this big gust of wind slams my hand that's holding the frappe in between my car and the door.
Did it hurt?
It did hurt. But I was more hurt by the fact that my entire fucking frappe contents was all over the side of my car, down my wheel, all over the road.
No.
Then the wind took the lid and the straw, so I've killed a turtle.
Bye.
I've instantly killed a turtle. Right? It was horrific.
Did you get to have some?
Yeah, there is some, but it's, I mean, once your drink gets like
but a lot
assaulted
of it's gone
by the wind, it's not the same.
Assaulted with the remains left on your car.
Like, Jesus. Anyway, so
here we are.
Yeah, might not survive the night, but
Who's to say?
who's to say?
What a bad omen.
Yeah, today's not been good for us.
No.
Our coffees were burnt this morning.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that about, Simon? And then now do you know what it is? The universe doesn't want me to be caffeinated today.
So true.
That's what it is. They said, you've got enough. You can...
They're like, you know what? Just raw dog it.
Yeah.
Raw dog it.
Oh, man. But what's been happening?
Not an awful lot. I am in my reading era. I'm sure I say that every single time. But I'm blah 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 blah.
The Spanish is coming out again.
Coming back out again.
Yeah.
I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury at the moment.
I love this.
Guys, I am obsessed with this dumb fucking book. Like, I want Feyre and Reese to just bus immediately. Yeah. I'm like, I think I'm maybe like 300 pages in, and just the sexual tension between both of them.
How bad is it when she's like starts off in the spring court and then every time she goes back, you're like, just fucking give it up.
Like, let it go, babe.
Like, stop faking.
Ugh, honestly. Yeah. But like the bit that got me today was when she's like trying to figure out where the book is in the summer court, and she's talking to Tarquin.
Yeah.
Tarquin, and like she smiles at him or whatever, and like Reese is trying to get information from Tarquin's. I don't know if she's his sister.
Someone within his inner circle, yeah.
And anyway, Feyre gets like a little bit mad about it. She gets like a little jealous. And then Reese goes into her room and she's like, they have like a bit of a chat. And then she's like, oh, like, are you jealous that I'm like trying to flirt with Tarquin? And he's like, no, but what I am jealous about is that you smiled at him.
Stop, I remember that vividly. Yeah.
I am thumping my foot on my bed. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
Like thumper on my chest. No, all those like little jealous moments in that book is filled with them, and it's so it's so good.
Goodness.
I know.
I can't wait for when they actually do bus, because I know it's going to be fucking...
Your mind will literally be blown.
Chef's kiss everywhere, not you.
So I'm up to A Court of Silver Flames, right? So the last one.
Yeah, the big chunky boy.
I feel like I'm like 150 pages in so far. This follows Cassian and Nesta now. Like, everyone else is still in it, but this kind of follows them. And I feel like this is their A Court of Mist and Fury. And so like I'm having those moments, but with Cassian and Nesta.
I kind of love that though, because they're very headstrong.
Yes. And like it's just started to get quite like...
So much to look forward to. And she hates Faye as well, so...
Yeah. I know.
Guys, if you haven't read the series, just start now. Like, A Court of Thorns and Roses is very average, but if you get through it, I promise you, it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
It truly is. It's such a good series. And then, because now I'm so fucking obsessed with this book, right? Now I'm like watching all these TikToks and people online are saying that like Throne of Glass So people read ACOTAR first, and then they're like, there is no way that Throne of Glass will be this good. Apparently Throne of Glass is even better than this series.
Which is so interesting because I think she wrote Throne of Glass first.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Right, because people are saying read ACOTAR first, then the Throne of Glass series, and then the Crescent City series. And then... But the Throne of Glass series, that's going to be work because, like, there's the tandem read that I showed you. I'm going to do the tandem read. I'm going to do it.
No, I'll do them back to back, but I'm not fucking opening one book, reading a chapter and being like, let's keep the good vibes going. Close this book and open it up. No,
it's not as black and white as like one for one. It'll be like 5 chapters of this book and then 3 of that. I'm doing it.
No, simply no.
We're going to have a whiteboard back here and it's going to have all my notes and like all their photos and like string coming from one another.
Mood.
So,
but yeah, that's literally all I've been doing this week. I had my work Christmas party on Friday. That was fun while the storm was coming in.
Went on a little boat cruise.
We went on a little boat cruise around the Port Adelaide River, I think it was.
Yeah. You think. Yeah.
I was more interested in my bowl of cashews, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But it was fun. Like the skipper, the backup skipper of the boat, beautiful boy. Love him. Yeah, love him. Didn't act on it though, but love from afar, which is fine.
Yeah.
Re-downloaded Hinge.
Yep, same.
We'll circle back to that. That's fucking uneventful.
We're in the pits of hell. It's because the weather's gone shit. We haven't been able to leave the house.
Well, we don't want to leave the house. We've had opportunities. We didn't take people up on them though, I'm afraid.
But look what happens when I do. My entire frappe is now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah. What about you? How's your week been?
I had a busy week. This time of year gets crazy. So I had a networking event, like a Christmas drinks for a networking event on Wednesday night, which Steph came to with me. That was so much fun. Best networking event I've ever been to. And it was because it was primarily people like our age versus like older people.
I feel like networking would be fun if it was like the people that I network with, like they're a good group of people.
Yeah.
But I have nothing in common with them because they're all older than me.
Yeah.
And they're more advanced in their career, been in the industry for longer, and I'm just like...
And that's my issue, is like, I understand the time and the place for like, you know, your committee for Adelaide's and all of them. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not poo-pooing on them. But what I want from networking is I want to build relationships with people in my industry. So in 5-10 years time, I have a network of people because like those people will eventually become influential people or whatever. And also just, it's nice to know people in the industry. And same. Like, I don't love talking about what I do for work or like work on like the level that you would with like the people at these more like serious events. Not because I don't like what I do. Like, I love what I do, but I just find it really hard to talk about what I do because I'm like, surely people think this is boring.
Yeah, and then like a big thing for me is like confidentiality. Like like if I'm not sure whether I can disclose something or not, I just don't disclose it. Yeah. So people are like, oh, what are you working on? And I'm like, things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things with councils and state government. That's all you need to know. Thank you.
Yeah. Whereas like this networking event on Wednesday, we all were like we were talking about work, but it's different. Like, oh, what's this like? Real more like interesting stuff about like the not day to day, but like, and it's not gossip either. It was just more interesting stuff to talk about. And we knew mutual people. Yeah. And then that stemmed into like just stuff outside of work. Like we all fucking love Shotgun Willies. So we chat about that and just like all sorts of stuff. And then like dating and like all these things that like 60-year-old men in property don't want to talk to me about.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? Yeah. So it was just so nice and so refreshing. So that was so much fun. I'm so glad I went, and I want you to come to one of their events with me next year, and come with me and Steph, and Lauren's going to come. So I think you'll love it. It's so much fun. So did that, and then Thursday night we had work hosted client Christmas drinks in our office, and I was actually meant to go to another networking event that day, but my work day was fucked, and I was in the worst mood. I was like, and I was going to go solo, and I was like, no one needs, I'm just going to stand in a corner and be miserable. So I bailed on that. And I stayed at the work Christmas drinks, which worked out a treat because like me and Steph and one of our clients, Nathan, he's like our age, we just grabbed a bottle of wine and like we all sat up on the balcony pretending I was like mapping out where my DJ booth was going to be. Stunning. And we had the best time. Lauren was networking way more than what we were.
Yeah. You literally text me at 7:30 and you're like, do you want to come to Shotgun Willies? And I was like...
Yeah, we literally ended up at Shotgun Willies.
Pardon me? I was like, no, I need to tan. Sorry.
But it was so much fun. Like,
yeah.
We just went, had a few more drinks, played darts. Turns out I'm fucking wicked at darts.
Wild. Hidden talent. Who would have thought?
Right, I got a bullseye. Wow. And I was like, shit. And then was home by 11:30.
Fun.
So...
What a good day. Night.
Yeah,
week.
It was nice.
Yeah.
So... We were going to go to the pub today, but this weather is just...
Yeah.
This is not going our weather.
We had our Pilates studio's first birthday yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, they had the best breakfast burgers.
Oh, my God.
That shit slapped.
Yeah.
Have them every Saturday, please.
Yeah, thank you. Kieran and Jess's dad, props to you.
What a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, like, for the birthday, it was partner workouts. So every now and then for, like, special events, they'll do partner workouts. Everyone is like death. It is the hardest thing.
Fair because there's just no breaks.
Yeah.
This one had like, there was one set where there was like you go, I go. So like we got rest, which was.
Yeah. I love the you go, I go.
Absolute treat.
Yeah. And like the you go, I go thing worked because I didn't want to like take too long.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want people thinking that I'm like shit and like whatever. But it worked. No, I think it went really well. And the one where it was like whoever got the most meters on the erg.
We were only like 100 meters off.
So technically we're actually athletes.
Yeah.
And the people that won it are fucking fit.
They are tiny.
Right? Yeah. So I think we killed it yesterday. And then finishing it with that goddamn sandwich. Oh my days. That slapped.
Unreal. But man, did it pour down yesterday.
Yeah. It's been shit weather and it's supposed to be summer. How wild.
Isn't it crazy?
But yeah, we've been busy.
Truly. Now, I had notes on this thing that I want to talk about. I want to talk about two things.
Okay.
But I left my phone in my room. So I'm just going to...
This is going to be fun.
Just going to roll off what I remember. So it's going to be very vague on the details. Okay. But Tammy Hembrow...
Oh, I did see this.
Announced that she is now engaged to her... fiance Matt Zuckerberg. Last name not Zuckerberg, but he's the guy from Love Island.
Yeah.
And because he proposed while they were on a trip to the Maldives. Mm-hmm. Now, she has been engaged to the father of Saskia and Wolf, two of her kids.
Were they engaged?
They were engaged.
I didn't realize.
I'm pretty sure they were engaged.
Yeah. Okay.
Then they called it off.
Yeah.
And then she started dating
Matt Paul,
who's the Iron Man guy.
Yeah, and the father of her third child.
And they had a child together.
Yeah.
I can't... Remy? No.
No.
No, it's gone.
Nah.
Third irrelevant child, sorry. And then they called it quits this time last year.
Yeah. Oh, did they?
Yeah. And then Matt... called it quits with his ex in May this year.
Okay, interesting.
Tammy Hembrow and Matt have been dating for a whole 3 months.
You know what?
Like, congrats to them. Good for them. But I'm sorry, I have borrowed out library books for longer than that.
You actually have? That was one time.
This one time I borrowed out a book for like 11 years.
And you were terrified that the fine was going to be like $1 million. It
turned out to be $1.92. I have been avoiding the library like a plague for like 4 or 5 years because I thought I owed hundreds of dollars.
Like a fugitive on the run.
To the city of Adelaide.
You were afraid to even go near, be within 100 meters.
They are going to arrest me.
No, I get it. Do you know, oh shit, you know what I will say though? Not that I've experienced this, but the older I get, you know how people are like, when you know, kind of thing, right? The older I get, the more I'm like, I can kind of see how that works.
But she kind of thought that she knew the 2 other times.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay,
Bruh.
right? That kind of shits on the whole thing. But because like I think I saw a TikTok where I get all my information from. where someone was explaining, like, the older you get, the more you realize or discover what you want, what you do like, what you don't like, what you want from someone. And so when you are older and you meet someone who fits all that criteria, like, once you know, because you've learned so much, it's not like you're still trying to figuring yourself out. So I get it in that retrospect. Do you know what, though? I feel like I'm changing my perspective on, like, a lot of things, because normally I would be like, that's fucking crazy, that's insane, whatever. But on the flip side, I'm like, you know what, even if it doesn't work out, fuck it, at least they tried.
Truly, like, it's just a fun story, isn't it, if it doesn't work out? But also, how are you getting 3 different men to think that you're the one?
Yeah, that's what really needs to be discussed.
Can't even get a man to start a conversation with me on Hinge. Smells like pretty privilege to me.
All I want is a fucking coffee. That's all I want is a free coffee. You know?
Like, what do you...
I just want a free frappe to make up for
How?
Yeah.
Like, wow. The pum power.
Yeah.
To be able to get a man to propose to you after 90 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's insane. But I mean, good for her. I love that.
Yeah.
I love love. So, I mean, and it looked really cute. Like, the proposal was, like, on the beach. He, like, had candles and stuff and, like...
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, go off. Like I said, even if it doesn't work out, fuck it. At least they gave it a shot.
Yeah.
And, like, it's one thing to
Love having 3 sets of stepdads.
Right? It's one thing to get engaged multiple times. I think getting married is a different story.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more crazy because that's expensive.
That's a lot of planning and stuff.
That's expensive.
I hope she makes it down the aisle this time. That would be nice.
Yeah. God bless her.
Yeah.
I always found them a weird pairing. I don't know. Matt gives me weird vibes.
Really? I think they kind of... I like them. I like them together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Every time I think of Tammy Hembrow, all I think about is that time that she got blackout drunk at Kylie Jenner's
I can't believe that
party.
She's our age.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, blackout drunk at
Kylie Jenner's birthday party.
Yeah.
Or was it Kylie or someone? Yeah, someone's birthday party, and then had to get, like, wheeled out on a thing, and it was, like, all over the news. That was
what a rock star.
But do you know what? We've all been there. It just hasn't been in the news.
Exactly.
Fucking if Channel 7 was that Shotgun Willies half the time,
you know what? I reckon we'd get along with Tammy Hembrow, personally.
Yeah, I reckon we would.
Get her on the pod.
Yeah. She'd be amazed at the shit we can't do at Pilates, though. she'd be like, what do you mean? This is basic. And
what
I'm
do you mean you can't do a
dying.
flamingo?
No. Whoever fucking invented the flamingo, seriously, think about your actions, because that's bullshit.
Speaking of Tammy Hembrow and the shit we can't do, I joined up at Revo Fitness, everyone, this week as well.
This is funny because literally someone could walk up to you in the street and be like, I have a brilliant offer for you, and you would have already signed your name and handed them.
Where do I sign, my dude? What do you want from me?
You're the easiest person to twist.
But
like, we can't get you to leave the house,
no,
right, and go to events. But if someone's like, hey, you should sign up for a 12-month subscription that's actually, like, going to be quite expensive, you're like, fuck, buy me 2. Sign me up for 2.
You know what, though? That's how you get me to go to things. Make it a subscription. If Shotgun Willies did a subscription, I'd be there every fucking week. If Shotgun Willies had weekly challenges,
I'm going to pitch it to them.
Fucking less.
You can get key rings at Shotgun Willies, and you get cheaper drinks on a Thursday, but I haven't figured out how to get a key ring.
I know they exist.
I know they exist, and I don't want to ask.
I'll ask.
I'm embarrassed and I feel old asking.
But I will ask.
I feel like
I will email them. Dear sirs,
they're like, the fact that you emailed us.
How does one acquire a keychain?
I would love a Shotgun's keyring. Oh, I'd wear that with pride. A badge of honor. Anyway, keep going.
So everyone now needs to join Revo Fitness. Literally, me and Nikki were sat watching The Bachelors, and she turns to me and she goes, have you heard of Revo Fitness? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I kind of want to sign up. And I was like, go on then. And then we did. And then it was 20 minutes until their staff hours finished. And so we raced down there and we got our key tags. And now I'm a member. But it's so fun, right? Okay, so the base membership is $9. and it gives you access to the gym. But if you pay an extra $3, so $12 a week, it gives you access to the studio that's in the gym. And the studio has like massage chairs, and it also has a bit that has reformer Pilates as well. And how it works is that there's like a screen in front of the reformer, and you connect your headphones to the screen, and then you can pick what workout you want to do on the reformer, and then you just do it self-paced.
That is cool. That's what like Good Life wanted to charge like $300 a week for. And then, you didn't even get the screen.
Yeah, and then there's also like HIIT workouts that you can do. And then there's also boxing ones as well.
Yeah.
With bags.
Yeah.
How fun.
That is nice.
Have I gone yet? No.
See, I truly believe that I deserve to live a life of being a housewife.
Yes. Right? Yes, I'm sick of
And
working.
if I got to live my... Like, people are like, what's your aspirations and dreams in life?
What would be your ideal day if you were not unemployed, but like
a housewife,
purposely
a well-kept
jobless
housewife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like money was no option.
Okay, so I'd get up in the morning. Yeah. I'd get up in the morning.
What time?
Probably like...
Would you set an alarm?
No, but I naturally would usually get up about 8.
Okay.
Right? I feel like that's a reasonable time. Get up at 8, right? And then I put on some washing. And I go and I feed my cows, my dog. I don't have these yet, but my cow, like all my animals. Right? Go feed my animals. Have a shower. Okay. And then go to Pilates.
You don't have breakfast?
No.
Okay.
I typically wouldn't eat breakfast before Pilates, right? So then I go to Pilates, go get a coffee. All right. Then I might do like my food shopping or run some errands, right? Then I go home, hang out the washing, maybe do like a little bit of house cleaning or whatever. Read all day. Maybe watch something, like whatever. Maybe go for a long lunch. Right? Love a long lunch.
Love a long lunch.
And then
the longer, the better.
And then Benji would have dog school, right? So his trainer would come get him and take him away. And then it's summer, right? Always in this fantasy land. And then we go to the gym, like the other gym, and then we go for a post-gym swim, right?
Okay.
And then we go out for dinner.
I love this day. What a good day.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my dream life.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I love that the man just does not make a single appearance in your day. It's just, he provides, but he also fends for himself.
I mean, he's welcome to attend.
The house is clean, but you have to...
He's welcome to attend the meals.
He can come and pay for the meals.
You're not coming to Pilates and you're not coming to the gym. That's sacred time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me when I'm reading.
Yeah.
And you're not coming... Oh, you actually might be able to come swimming.
Yeah, come swim. Come for a swim.
And then you can come to the meals. I feel like I would be a more pleasant person to be dating.
Yeah. If I was provided for.
I would not be a pleasant partner if you were with me all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I need my space.
Yeah.
I need my enrichment time. I need time to be in my little fantasy lands.
Yeah.
And then when I've decided to come back to reality, then I'd be pleasant. But, oh, man, I'd get irked real quickly.
Speaking of, right. So I've been talking to this guy on Hinge, for
30 minutes?
No, it's the cop guy.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Okay. So
he's revived.
Well,
he
never really left, but okay. So we've been talking for a while, right? And he does shift work. Okay. So not always on his phone.
Okay.
Working at fucking cooked hours of the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're chatting back and forth or whatever. And it was when we went to the Warradale. And I drunk messaged him and I was like, I've just gotten back from the highway. I don't know why I get the two so confused. Anyway.
I'm going to make you a map.
That won't help me. I don't know north from south. Anyway.
What way are we facing right now?
I'm facing north.
No, you're actually facing east. But that's okay.
How do you know?
I just know. I could be so
what
wrong.
What are you,
though.
a compass?
I could be so wrong. Is there a compass on here? Keep going.
Yeah, and then he was like, I love the highway, blah, 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 such good vibes, whatever. And I was like, oh, we should line up pub sessions then.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, is that you asking me out on a date? And I'm like, well, one of us had to because you were taking too long.
Okay, yeah.
And he was like, well, actually, I was just waiting for a time where I was more free so that, like, I could be more definitive with the time. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was maybe, like, a month ago. Right? So then, now, this is where the issue arises, right? And this is where I need your advice. So this man will leave. Well, I don't know when he's read the message, right? Like, Hinge won't tell me. But I've sent a message. He will reply 48 hours later.
How are you not bored?
I am. That is the problem. But, like, I just love having a chat. So, like, I'm like, well, I'm still going to reply because, I mean, nothing's going to come of it. Love having a pen pal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then the other day he was like, we really need to try to find a time to, what did he say? We really need to, like, try to find a time to, like, go for drinks or whatever. And I was like, interesting. That almost sounded like you asking me out on a date. 48 hours. And he was like, yeah, it kind of was me asking you out on a date. I'm really busy this week, but how about next weekend? Maybe.
Okay.
How about next weekend? Yeah, maybe next weekend, question mark. And I'm like, you know what pisses me off about that is that, like, one, why are you here for a pen pal? Why are you taking 2 months to ask me out on a date?
Yeah.
Not even be definitive with what you want to do and when you want to ask me out. And, like, why so long in between messages? Like, I get that you've got work and whatever going on, but literally it's not like I'm sending you essays.
Okay.
Like, if you're not interested, just fucking ghost.
Okay.
Although I have said I hate ghosting.
Yeah. Okay.
But why reply if you're not keen?
So.
Riddle me that.
If I'm keen on someone that I'm talking to, I'll reply relatively quickly, right? Pretty much as soon as I see the message, I'll reply, right?
Yeah.
I strongly believe that it's the same for men, right? But, like, and if I'm not that interested or I'm neither here nor there, I'll read it, kind of let it go, and then when I'm bored, I'll go back to the app and I'll be like, oh, okay, I haven't replied.
I will always reply when I get the message or when I see the message because I'm notorious for not replying between 3 to 5 business days. Yeah. So I'm like, if I don't reply to it now, I'm going to forget about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me thinks that he's not overly keen because, like,
that's what I'm thinking.
If they wanted to, they would.
That's what I'm thinking. But then I'm like, well, then why offer if you don't give a fuck?
Here's my other thing, right? I don't like in this scenario people that aren't, like, decisive and very confident in. Yeah. Like, you either want to go on a date or you don't want to go on a date. Yeah, 100%. There's none of this in between. And 100%. I think, and even in my own personal experience, the ones that kind of dance around it, like, if they're doing that now when they're trying to impress you, like, what are they going to be like?
Yeah. And that's like, so I'm getting my advice from TikTok. Yeah. And TikTok is telling me to just call it quits and run for the hills because, like, it's already a sign that he's either busy or he's not invested enough, and either way, we don't have time for it.
Do you know what you could do, right? And this is what I know, right? Wind. The fucking roof's gonna come off.
Truly, my toupee.
What I would consider is see if, like, switching up how you react to him.
Well, I've been now, like, matching his response time.
Yep.
So if he takes 48 hours to respond, then I will also take 48 hours to respond.
Okay, try this.
Yeah.
Right? Next time he messages you, just don't respond. Right? Don't respond because I also
bold of you to think I have that much self-control, but anyway.
Because I also think that, like, and it sounds crazy because it's just over messaging, but you're potentially showing him, like, that you're always available and always accessible. Yeah,
that's a good
point. By always replying to his messages, right? So he's like, well, there's no urgency in, like, if I feel like going for a drink, I know that she'll just respond.
She's available, right? So we'll just take our time and just see where it goes. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas if you don't respond to his next message, I think you'll learn either one of two things. Either he won't chase up on you, which means that, like, fucking good riddance.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of save yourself the hassle.
So true.
Or he will follow up and he'll be like, hey, did you want to go for that drink?
Yeah.
Like, I think it'll go in one of those.
He'll double text.
Yeah. It'll go in one of those. And you'll really determine, like, was he actually super busy and just didn't have a sense of urgency, but he is keen? Or was I just to fill the time?
That's such a good point.
That's what I would do.
I think that is my problem with dating at the moment, is that I'm just so black and white with these things. Like, I am not interested in playing games.
No.
I don't want to be fucking calculating how many hours it's been since you've replied and then match it. Like, that's just not who I am. I
agree, and I don't like doing that either. That's why.
But I feel like you kind of fucking have to, because people are just fucked.
No, I don't. Like, I'm always someone who, regardless, if I enjoy talking to you and I'm willing to see what happens, I will reply to you as soon as I get a message. That doesn't mean I'm replying within 5 seconds of you sending me a text message, because sometimes, like, particularly during the work day, I fucking text no one during the work day, right? So I'll probably respond to you at like 11 o'clock at night kind of thing. But it is as soon as I've seen it, I'll reply to it kind of thing. I think the biggest thing these days is men, like, women that always seem available and accessible. Men are like, well, there's no work involved. Yeah. And so it's harder to, like, pique their interest kind of thing. It's all the success, like, whether it turns into dating or not, even, like, whatever, is with, like, where the woman has kind of even alluded to the fact that she's quite busy. She's not always available. Like, you really have to do, like, make magic to give me your time kind of thing. So I don't think it's a matter of, like, playing games, like matching their reply times or whatever it is. It's just almost like acting like my life is perfectly fine with or without you. Yeah. If you think you bring something to the table, that's fucking great. I'll go out on a date with you, but that's also not
so true.
I don't need you kind of thing.
Yeah. And again, it goes back to the thing of, like, why am I seeking the validation of a man when I couldn't give a fuck what a man thinks?
I don't think it's that. I think it's that you quite enjoy having someone to talk to.
Yeah, that's it.
And I totally get that.
That's it.
I totally get that.
But I have so many other people to talk to.
No, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different kind, and I get it. I do. That's the only reason I ever re-download the apps. And then I think that's why people do it, because they're like, I like having someone to talk to. But on the flip side, I think if you want to find someone more than a pen pal, you have to play a little bit of a game, in the sense of, like, having that persona of, I don't need you. Yeah. If you want me, you make it known. Yeah. Like, and that doesn't mean you have to be, like, brutal or anything like that. It's just not being so readily available. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So plan of attack. I was the last to message, so we'll see if he replies. Yeah. And then if he replies, I don't reply. And I wait for him to reply again. Yeah. Okay.
See,
I can do that.
I mean, it's also, like, how long have you guys been talking? Like, months now?
Ages, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really at the point.
Longer, almost as long as what Tammy Hembrow and Matt What's-His-Face have been going out for. So, technically, I should have a ring by now.
And they're fucking engaged.
I should have a ring.
Okay, so interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I think leave him on red, or like the next time. Yeah. And it's purely just to see, is he actually interested? Yeah. That's what I would do.
So fair. Thank you so much for your advice.
That's right. I mean,
Dr. Katie Slady.
I don't know if it'll work.
But really, who cares? Honestly, like, there's zero commitment to this anyway. Like, it's not like I have even met the man yet. So. Yeah.
That's fair. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah. Fun.
There you go.
Well,
Was that it that we had to talk about?
No, I got other shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
You shut the fuck up.
I thought you were going to be like, well, that's it for this week.
No, so we're not naturally... my leg's asleep and it's like my brain can't...
Move it.
No, like I can't, you know, when it's so asleep.
Oh.
Anyway, I feel like I'm going to start like convulsing. So we're not naturally a sports podcast, but we are this week, right? And I think it's a little bit inspired by the fact that I've been listening to this one podcast, Hello Sport.
Yeah.
Non-stop. I love it.
Okay.
I love them,
Fun.
right?
I still need to listen to them. You have linked me, but I'm
Like
lazy.
it's sports in the way that we would enjoy consuming it, right? Anyway, but I'm a I'm a big basketball fan. But big basketball fan, usually love the 36ers. I say usually because this season fucking sucks.
This season doesn't count.
Anyway, this season even with good lineups, we've had rough years.
Yeah.
Right? But this season is arguably one of the worst seasons the 36ers have had in a long time. Mm-hmm. And me, among many other people, have been wanting the coach to get the boot for a while now. And the day has finally come.
It has come.
Where CJ Bruton has been...
They rang the bells.
Yeah, they rang the bells. They played Hit the Road Jack, and he's out, right?
Truly
Which, like, don't get me wrong, the guy's nice enough, was a great player, all of that, but coaching-wise, and he's the entire time, this was his third year.
Mans can't coach.
It couldn't coach.
No.
Couldn't coach to save his life, right? And the fact that it took them this long to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is questionable. So they got rid of him, and now they're in search of a new coach. So I might have a new job, guys. No.
Let it be known.
This season, it's just like, to put into perspective how bad this season is, like me and my family have had season passes, like a membership for the last 5 or so years, right? Or 4 or 5 years, right? As soon as they had released, I reckon 60% of the team, I called Dad and I was like,
no,
we're pulling the pin.
Yeah.
Like, I was so adamant. I was like, this is going to be a terrible season because...
Well, all the good players left.
All the good players left, right?
Like, literally, like, even the long-standing ones. I was like,
right?
What is going on?
And, like...
I wasn't even sure we were going to have a team for the season.
Right? And, like, it's weird because I'm not someone... I don't know stats, right?
No.
But I consume a lot of, like, commentary and stuff. And, like, I feel like I know what I'm talking about, right? But I just don't know the numbers to back it. But, like, it's all vibes. I got it on the vibes. Yep. Just trust. And so I was like, Dad, we're pulling the pin because this team is going to suck. And I wasn't saying it like everywhere online, but there was a few, like, there's a group and stuff, and I was like, nah, guys, like, this team, this is not it. And everyone was like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, Jason Kadee and, like, all of them, they're great players. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't make sense. The team doesn't make sense. I'm not getting the vibes.
I'm sorry, but what new team gels in their first year?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
To
It
lose
just
your
doesn't...
entire fucking team pretty much and then
like
start
that.
from scratch and then
Yeah.
be claiming that we're going to the finals. No, okay? It's not fucking
Bold.
happening. Plus the coach, like... And, like, last season last season's team was incredible.
Last season was great.
On paper, like, even though we had a shit season,
Yeah.
the team was great,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even if we didn't play well, and that I would honestly put that down to CJ. But, like, Cleveland, we had fucking Franks, like, we had DJ, we had a great team.
Yeah.
To then have those players leave so quickly, and I think part of it's probably a money thing, because I know that this season the 36ers were trying to save money because we spent more than any other team last year on salaries
To come
right?
what? Like...
To come fucking third to last or something like that. Right? Insane. So then players left, but this is not like, this is all just kind of word and vibes. Management of the 36ers is so fucked that players left because of the vibes, and like
Vibes were off.
there's just something about the behind the scenes that's not right. Okay, so now
Secrets.
we've got this, and do you know what's annoying is like this season the club has sold more memberships than I think ever before, right? They were packing out the entertainment center last year,
Yeah.
and then that's how they reward fans. They go, we're going to completely cut our spend down, to the point where I get clubs cutting their spend, particularly because we spent so much last season and we didn't get any reward for it. But they've gone to a point now where it's actually insulting. And it's like, I think he works for Sydney or Southeast Melbourne or someone, one of the execs, posted on I think his name's Julian, I don't fucking know, right? On Twitter.
Names aren't important.
The other day, I think it was yesterday, and he was saying this should actually be investigated, because like what the team has done, it's like, it's insulting to the fans and it's insulting to the league that they've spent so little and they've just performed so poorly. It's like, how can you get away with that? Like, this is this is the most competitive basketball league in Australia, and the NBL is arguably one of the strongest and like most impressive leagues in the world, right? And you want to play fucking child games, and like just, you're taking the piss out of fans, you're taking the piss out of the league, like even the players. Like, it's disrespectful to the players how the club's being run at the moment, and it's pissing me off. I don't even know what the point of this whole story was.
Where are we on the ladder at the moment?
Oh, probably fucking like second to bottom, I reckon. I reckon we're second to bottom.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Do they have anyone lined up for the coach gig, or are they actively gathering resumes and interviewing?
I think they're actively gathering resumes. I read that they asked Brian Gorgon, who I love Brian. If we got Brian, oh my days, I'd be fucking pissing at left, right, and centre, right? Love that man, right? Would kiss the ground he walked on. But he said no.
Oh,
right? Understandably.
He was like,
because they're probably offering like $30 like a year for the gig, right? That's how fucking shit this club is.
We'll give you a shit team and we'll give you $7 an hour.
Right? Another, like, other coaches that I would love, even though they're like at other clubs, like Scott Roth, who is with Tasmania, another impeccable coach, that man.
He wouldn't leave though.
I know, but like in theory, his leadership skills.
Your dream team.
Yeah. Tasmania is my backup team.
Yeah, fair.
But no, I don't believe they've got anyone. They've got Scott Ninnis, who was their second, I don't know, assistant coach or whatever, doing it at the moment.
Sub again,
But again, like, great player, but like,
you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
We need someone. Do you know who we need? Who's that guy, that famous soccer coach, like from the European
Ted Lasso.
League? No, from the European leagues, that's like a known asshole. My name is Jose Mourinho or whatever.
Pardon me?
Anyway, you know the guy. There's like a fucking whole documentary on the dude, and he's like
I can tell you hand on heart, I have no idea who this man. Apologies to this man.
Anyway, I know who I'm talking about, and that's all that matters.
Right, okay, well, at least someone does.
Anyway, I love that man. He would be a great, even though completely different sport.
We need a Ted Lasso moment where we just get someone completely rogue.
Okay, this is what needs to happen.
To really spice up the team, get them together.
Agreed. This is what needs to happen for the Adelaide 36ers, right? So we need Ryan Reynolds and Rob McEnany or whatever to come in and buy the club, because I have beef with the owner of this club anyway, right? Yeah. Anyway, so we buy him out. I don't even think he's fully invested in the club anyway. Like, the dude would be happy to sell it.
He would part with the club for some money.
Right? So they buy it, and it has a whole Wrexham moment, right? Documentaries, the whole works, like marketing kit and caboodle. And then we bring in, I think we need to overspend in terms of getting a good coach, and and then we don't necessarily need to invest in like big name players. We just need the right mix of players. Like, I don't understand how we can be like a basketball team in the biggest league in the nation and have a team that looks like it was put together by a 7-year-old. It doesn't make fucking sense. No one wants
to join the club.
But like, individually, the players, I'm not shitting on the players individually, it's not their fault. But them put together in this mix, and why do we have only guards? Why do we have 700 guards?
Yeah.
I don't even fucking know, right? I'm not even someone that really understands the difference between positions.
Sorry, like, are we storming the gates of Mordor? We don't...
Right? Dad's always like, oh, what position does so-and-so play? And I'm like, I don't fucking know positions. But what I do know is you need more than just 7 guards on one team, okay? Like, we need different players, and we've just got... Like, it just doesn't make sense. And again, like, Isaac Humphries, I love the guy, right? And he had good moments when he was with the 36ers before. But why are we getting in a player that notoriously gets injured every season?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be in our starting five. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why do we still have Sunday Dutch? Again, look, not trying to poo-poo on you like I couldn't do your job, but like, to be completely honest, you haven't done a lot for the club in the last few seasons. So why do we keep giving you extended contracts, right? But then we lose someone like Drimmick, who was an incredible player for the team. We're losing like the Cleveland and the Franks, and even the way that the club handled Daniel Johnson.
Yeah, DJ leaving. Yeah, not a word was said, no statement, no.
This man single-handedly built the fucking 36ers with his bare hands.
He was here from the beginning, from the beginning of time.
He played with us for so long. I could feel his Achilles fucking crunching every time he ran down the court, right?
It echoed.
And yet we didn't say shit when he was leaving. There was no celebration, no like recognition for the man whatsoever.
No, thank you.
Like, are you kidding me?
That's a bit shit.
I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And normally I'm very invested. Like, usually I'll go to every single home game. Haven't been to a single game this season. I think I watched a few games at the start of the season and it was so embarrassing. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, we should go to a game where the other team is a team that we would watch.
Like, I want to see Tasmania. I'd go see Tasmania.
Yeah, we should see if tickets are available.
Yeah,
when they play next.
Yeah, we'll have a look. But
just so I can wear my hat.
Yeah. So I hope they get it sorted because I love the basketball. I want to go back next season. But on the flip side, I'm like, this is actually offensive to the supporters.
I feel like they will get it together because they will have no choice. But I feel like it'll take time.
I think obviously kicking CJ to the curb is the right move.
Yeah.
I am starting to think that the club needs to be sold to someone who actually gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, I think there's more issues.
You need good foundations to build on.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think they're there.
Yeah, agreed. So that's my big hot sport take of the week.
There you go.
So, yeah, other than that, just back to my fairy books, really.
Truly. And you know what? It is perfect weather for fairy books.
Yeah.
And I did start watching Lord of the Rings last night.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching Harry Potter.
Oh, great fun. Great fun. I feel like you got to binge... both, well, like a real big like fantasy sci-fi series, so whether that be Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, even Star Wars, I would put in that.
I've never watched Lord of the Rings before, like in full. I think I've watched snippets of one of the movies.
So good.
I was always obviously Harry Potter, that was my big one, but then I loved Star Wars.
Yeah you gotta binge them at least once a year, I feel.
And I would argue Harry Potter is actually a Christmas movie.
Oh, absolutely. The first one. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
Even the second one, big Christmas moments in the second one.
Yeah, is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
there you go.
I would argue that they're Christmas films, just in the same way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Christmas is mentioned, therefore.
Therefore, it's a Christmas movie. Say less.
Who am I to make the rules?
Right. But
I might go to gym tonight.
I'm not.
So. Just to get my bearings. I feel like no one's gonna go because the weather's poo poo.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I can
go through a tour. Like,
then I can look at all the pictures on the machine, see what they do.
Yeah.
Make a visual map.
And leave. Don't do anything.
No, and then just sit. You know what? I'm gonna bring my Kindle and I'm gonna sit in the massage chair and I'm gonna read at the gym. That's.
Can you please send me a photo of that? That'll be fucking funny.
No, I'm not even fucking joking. I'm 100% gonna do that.
When I get my Kindle, no, I'm not joining a gym. I can't join a gym.
You should join a gym.
Don't.
No, you know what? I have, once I finish my probation, I think it's like 2 weeks, I have like a free trial. You can use that when we're on leave.
Oh, yeah. We'll get real skinny in a week.
We can get real skinny because we'll be stuck in those massage chairs for 6 hours reading our books.
I'll just go into the gym and not leave the gym. For 6 months.
You won't need to.
I'm tiny.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I'm going to go home and read. Keep reading. And then watch Harry Potter. And that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
This weather fucking sucks. But yeah. I think that was all I had to say. But
yeah. Thank you for joining once again.
Thank you for listening.
Been
for watching.
Absolute pleasure.
We have one more episode for the year, which will be
next week.
The next one.
Yep. We're taking a break for Christmas, guys, but we will be back the following week.
We figured no one wants to spend Christmas Day with us virtually, so We're going to skip that and then we'll do, but there will be an episode New Year's Day because we both hate New Year's Eve.
Yep.
So we're going to drink wine and record.
Yep.
And then we thought, what better way to start the year than with us in your ears talking absolute nonsense.
Yelling. And we'll be on holidays too, so we'll be extra annoying.
I know, we'll have all this pent-up energy.
There'll be lots of stories too, hopefully.
We start recording, we're like, so we've done nothing.
We have read.
It could be worse. We could be doing like heroin or something, so you know.
I feel like heroin would give more stories.
Oh, it would. We wouldn't have jobs. We would look horrific.
Yeah.
But it would give stories. Coco, enough. All right, well.
She's calling it.
She's behaved because we took the pillows away as well.
Yeah. The first hump-free episode, guys.
Yay!
Wow.
Thanks, Coco. Well done.
Oh, I almost called it too soon. Oh my God. Okay.
Right,
love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.